Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at 5 things Peter Obi did in Anambra State that are not discussed. 5 things which he did have changed the face of Anambra State forever. In Anambra State, it is not in doubt that Peter Obi is one of the best governors of Anambra State. He actually did a lot of remarkable reforms which changed the face of Anambra, and we are going to be discussing and looking at some of those reforms. This is going to be a documentary video for reference purposes. It's also going to be on my channel so that we can always go back to it to review some of the documents and some of the video evidence of his works in Anambra State. Also, I'll be having other editions of this video. I'm going to be having a part 1 series, a part 2 series. We are going to be looking at some of the works of His Excellency, former Governor Peter Obi in Anambra State. Thank you. Please kindly watch this video to the end. This video is a very informative video. There are a lot of things you'll be seeing in this video that are not talked about. A lot of Peter Obi's achievements in Anambra State are not talked about. Some of these achievements had to do with the industrialization of Anambra State, how we helped many of these industries through Bank of Industry to fund them and get them running. Some of them were SMEs at the time, but today many of them are international companies exporting products out of Nigeria and doing very big things and putting Anambra on the map. So please watch this video to the end. It's a very informative and a video that would get you to know more about the achievements of Mr. Peter Obi,
which is the spring up of many industries, is as a result of a government enabling environment which they provided. The government is industrial friendly. This industrial friendliness is what you see when you look around the harbor industrial layout with the kind of infrastructure the government has put on ground. This industrial friendliness is also seen in government policy in tackling what we call multiple taxation.
If the infrastructures are not there, if you're setting up an industry, you cannot perform. The same way, even towards the northern part of the state, where they know that agriculture is their mainstay, you can see the amount of roads springing up there to make sure the food are being evacuated from those areas. So the state government is doing very, very well. If you even go to Onitsha, you see the level of industries now in Onitsha city, you marvel.
In any region of the world, industrialization is recognized as responsible for the spiraling growth of the economy. It therefore means that the collaborating focus of the managers of the economy, both government and private sector, would be on driving the critical planks that will establish a solid industrial base in the region. With his experience steeped in commercial banking and private business, the importance of industrialization was not lost on Governor Peter Obi. From the onset of his administration, he developed an economic blueprint that has attracted foreign manufacturing concerns to the state, as well as encouraged indigenous entrepreneurs.
For one of the biggest foreign investments in this country in first quarter of this year came here, and others are coming. And you can go to the harbor industry and see yourself. And then you can see within this government, the first truly car manufacturing facility in Nigeria came into being. The Innocent Motor Factory and other things. So it's a critical thing. Trying to do quite a lot. And we show people, by the time you come back, we're going to flag off other massive projects which in no time will be completed.
No doubt, the pride of Anambra's industrialization drive is the establishment of what is unarguably Nigeria's first indigenous auto manufacturing plant. Taking advantage of Governor Obi's economic policies, this plant is sited in Nnewi. The production plant's foundation stone was laid by Governor Peter Obi and commissioned by His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The day it was, Jonathan visited the factory, the day he commissioned the factory, And he was so happy that Nigeria can do such factory in Nigeria. And he was so happy. And he gave us a lot of encouragement. He gave us a lot of encouragement that makes us to be marvel to develop it more. Because when you are doing things and you see that your government is happy, you will try to do it more so that they will be more happy.
Today, pickup trucks, mini and luxurious buses are manufactured here, with a chassis and entire body parts fabricated from flat metal sheets. The headlights, bumpers and interiors are also manufactured and fabricated in Nigeria. The federal and Anambra state governments have placed orders for hundreds of units of several of the vehicles, some of which are already part of the success story.
When there is problem in the road, access to road to the factory, the governor told me no problem, because that time we are worried no motor can be able to enter the factory. The governor said that we should not worry, that he will make the road. In the next few months, he make the road to the factory. When we started, and he see that the production is going well, the governor said, are we producing now? I say yes. He give us order over 500 units to encourage the factory. That's the first order we have. And he give the second order after that. He have given us up to 4 orders since we started the factory. And he's giving us a large order, keeping the factory busy.
For the Anambra state government, it has donated the pickup trucks to all community security outfits in the state, which has enhanced surveillance and created the relative peace now enjoyed by Anambrarians. Starting with local manufacturers for whom access to funding is a major challenge, the Obi administration teamed up with the Bank of Industry to raise counterpart funding at very low interest rates to get manufacturers functioning at optimal capacity within the state. Taking it a step further, the state's economic policy has eliminated multiple and double taxations, allowing businesses to expand, create more jobs, and record higher profits.
The one that is very prominent in this government is establishment of AppLock, where if you make your payment to AppLock, it's once and for all. While before now, anybody whose business goes down will go to a government house, collect one paper, and come to you and say it has been authorized to collect going and coming levy. That if you go out of your house in the morning, you pay levy, coming back, you pay levy. And you don't question them. But now, today, with your AppLock, nobody harasses you anymore. It's part of what I call industrial friendliness, which this government has introduced.
Many indigenous manufacturing companies producing top-of-the-range products have been established in Anambra State, with the prospects still bright for new entrants. These companies are taking advantage of the state-built Harbour Industrial Park, Onitsha. Situated by the banks of the River Niger, the Anambra government has turned this once flood-prone land into an industrial park with a network of good roads and drainages. It is not surprising these companies now have a peaceful, conducive atmosphere for production and easy distribution of their goods to the major markets. Here in the Harbour Park is an indigenous manufacturer who has been able to expand his production line of bottle caps and other allied products into a fully automated plant that can churn out over 1.5 billion caps yearly. And another cheering news, it's providing employment for more than 700 people. Also in the Harbour Park is a foreign-based firm which started production about 4 years ago in Anambra State after the completion of its new ultra-modern factory. Using state-of-the-art equipment, they produce various beverages of international standards. Despite creating direct employment for hundreds of Nigerians, the projects exponentially also create hundreds more through distribution, marketing, and sales chain. To strengthen the financial sector, the Obi administration was able to domicile the services of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) in the state by the provision of operational accommodation until they were able to build their own office. This has allowed business concerns in the state to have at their doorstep the financial services of CBN. Before now, Anambrarians would have had to go to other states to get these same services. The construction of the financial and ICT business parks in Onitsha have shown Governor Obi's determination to ensure that Anambrarians have equal opportunities and adequate financial assistance that could be gotten elsewhere in the country. The judiciary is the last bastion of hope for the common man, and being a strong advocate for the rule of law, Governor Obi has provided modern infrastructure to the Anambra State Judiciary to facilitate the dispensation of justice. To ice it, he has built befitting accommodations for judges in the state. He provided an operational base for the Federal High Court in Awka before they built their own office. He has also strengthened the customary courts in the rural areas with the building of new infrastructure. With these developments, the common saying that justice delayed is justice denied will not hold sway much longer in Anambra State. To boost tourism in the state, and as part of the Obi administration's private-public partnership initiative, the state government has partnered with globally renowned hospitality chains and commenced the construction of 2 hotels, one in Agulu, overseeing the famous Agulu Lake, and the other in the heart of the commercial town of Onitsha. These hotels, when completed, will provide the luxury and hospitality that is obtainable anywhere else in the world. Widely reputed as an astute businessman, Governor Peter Obi understands the importance of mega shopping malls, which Nigerians often visit when overseas on trips. To promote such large-scale retail shopping, he has partnered with private investors to build 2 mega shopping malls, one in Awka, the state capital, and the other in Onitsha.
This is a shopping mall, a very big shopping mall for the city of Awka. If you want to shop, it's a one-stop over shopping mall. You can buy everything you want from this shopping mall. And the state government under Governor Peter Obi is doing it in conjunction with private participators, so that private people can easily come here and rent their shops. The government to know fully well that when these industries are growing up, there must be hospitality business there. That's why he's doing a very big hotel at Onitsha too, and another shopping mall at Onitsha. So you can see that the governor has really thought about how to develop the state, and he's really tackling them very, very diligently, and he's doing very, very well on that.
These shopping malls, with thousands of square meters of shopping space, will not only provide the people of Anambra a one-stop shopping destination, but also provide a serene atmosphere for recreation. Anambra State has a peculiar ecological challenge, one that endangers the existence of the entire state, the menace of acute soil erosion, which engulfs the entire state, resulting in the creation of deep gullies. Although other eastern states are plagued with somewhat the same problem, Anambra State's situation is a bit different, because unlike other states where erosion is in just a few areas in the states, Anambra's erosion activity can be found in almost every local government area of the state.
Anambra State have the worst erosion problem in sub-Saharan Africa. The state is being washed away. It's even to a large extent in the southeast, but Anambra State is the worst.
Despite this enormous challenge posed by gully erosion in the state, the Obi administration is ever determined in achieving the Millennium Development Goals MDGs by 2015, as environmental sustainability is encapsulated in Millennium Development Goal number 7. With its limited resources, the Peter Obi administration has been able to record some significant achievements in trying to save the lives and the properties of its citizens and her communities. To the credit of the present state administration, the impending erosion disaster in Umuahia, Ekwulobia, has been checked. The completion of the flood and gully erosion control works in Ekwulobia has brought succor to the entire community, as they no longer live in fear of loss of life or property.
Very, very happy about the governor's action, because if not him, I don't know what will have become some part of Oko as of now. So we are very grateful for the work the governor is doing. We appreciate it so much, particularly Oko people.
For a long time, really, it has been disturbing us. You see, many governments or many people have made some attempts to alleviate that problem, but they could not do it. But this government, as I'm seeing, have a solution to that problem.
Another major achievement in this sector is the curbing of the gully erosion affecting Adazi, Nnewi, Umuahia communities. To effectively address the situation, tackle the impending threat to this road. Reinforced concrete barriers have been installed with huge channels to receive the waters, taking it to the river below. The landlords and residents of Agulu Avenue Nkpo have heaved a sigh of relief, as the state government has come to their aid, saving their road and properties which were under threat of being eroded away. The government has curbed this threat with a subsequent award in execution of the remedial measures to address the situation.
If you not beat Obi for this secure of this election, this building by this time it's about this building, but in this place you reach this building before. And beat Obi come and secure this building. If you not beat Obi for governor of Anambra State, this building is always there.
Except his good work, many buildings have been they're supposed to fall by now, but we thank him because he have tried to save life and property for those who live around this area.
Fact, he has created industrial parks to act as catalysts for industrialists and investors. He has also eliminated double and multiple taxations, which has encouraged industrialists in creating new jobs. Fact, he has built state-of-the-art business parks to enable middle-level businesses flourish. He has attracted the Central Bank of Nigeria to establish its presence in Anambra State, thus giving its citizens direct access to international financial transactions and business. Fact, he has taken development to the grassroots by providing infrastructures of strength for local government and upgrading of existing facilities. Fact, the pace of the dispensation of justice has received a boost with the setting up of the Federal Court of Appeal in the state. He has also built new facilities for customary courts in the state. Fact, he has provided hundreds of buses to all schools in the state to help their much-needed mobility and he still funds schools that are under control of the dioceses of Imo State but are situated in Anambra. Fact: he is partnering with private concerns in establishing mega shopping malls in Awka and Onitsha, with another one to be sited in Nnewi. Fact: he is boosting tourism with the construction of 2 5-star hotels in Onitsha and Agulu. Fact: Governor Obi has tackled and remedied the menace of soil erosion in Ekwulobia, Agulu, and some other erosion-ravaged communities in Anambra State. This is the man.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Be a part of this channel as we continue to bring you more informative, entertaining, and interesting news. On this channel, we are going to be trying as much as possible to bring the best videos, the best news, the best updates in the Southeast, Igboland, and Nigeria in general. Please be a part of the movement. Thank you very much.